Shamar, bring them words out again. Bring them what you read that.
Working out, huh? Hey, say, I got the guns out tonight.
I've been working out. You want to show the gun?
He walking around like these.
Hey, Hogan, boy. And the green on, and the green on.
Hey, so get the words again for Liverpool. That's a lot of precepts in them words, man. Hey, somebody hold, hey, get Isaiah 28:7. Hold that.
You want it down?
No, I want him to read this first.
It's now or never, brother.
Go ahead, you got it.
Dissipated.
For the word liberal?
Boy,
Go ahead. Okay, come. Yep, for the word destiny. Go ahead, you got it.
lax in morals,
Yep.
drunken, disreputable rogue,
Yeah, they say drunken. Were they drunk with the philosophy of the so-called white man? Go ahead.
dissipated,
Dissipated. That's another word we need to look up. Go ahead.
debauched,
Debauched.
decadent,
Decadent. Go ahead.
intemperate,
Intemperate. Go ahead.
abandoned,
Abandoned. These are all words that go back to Proverbs 11:3 about integrity, man. Oh, what's that? 1 Corinthians 14:40. All things done decently and in order, man. 2 Ezra 7 talks about the door of the kingdom of heaven is so narrow that only one man can enter there at once. Well, that's a single file line, man. That's order. Go ahead.
self-indulgent,
Self-indulgent. In what? Over everything. Overeating. Over everything, man. Oh, well, that's talking about with the Sirach when they say of his meats. Excess meats. It talks about over everything, man. Go ahead.
libertine, characterized by disregard of morality,
See? Having no standards, man.
Disregard of morality.
Because it's what Esau say. Because he got the bag.
especially in sexual matters.
See?
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal,
Right.
nor the churl said to be bountiful.
Right. And that's talking about Esau Edom, man. Because he's a bastard. He's a niggard, man. And that's why the scripture said, what should a niggard do for money, man? It said he envied his own. Right. Go ahead.
See, this niggard is in control of all the resources.
Right. When you own all the resources, you get, hey, this bastard getting bored, man. Because he don't have the spirit of righteousness. He's bored with all the resources. So you gonna contaminate the resources?
Right. And how's he doing that? Through his lab, food-grown meats.
Right.
But he's keeping the creme de la creme for himself.
Right.
The best wines. He keeping it to himself, but he giving you stuff that's not good for you.
Yeah, he want the world to eat grasshopper. You think them niggas eating grasshopper?
Right.
On some, what's that? That's that Snowpiercer. What's that? Remember that movie?
Yeah, the cockroaches.
Yeah, when they're eating roach brownies.
Yeah, Joe's.
You think them niggas gonna be eating them shits? Bill Gates trying to sell niggas eating grasshoppers and fake meat. You think them niggas gonna be doing that? Hell no.
Hey, in the elites, in the upper elites, they got something called silent luxury. Okay, silent luxury is actually when you have the best of best cottons and linens. So your T-shirt would cost you at least $100,000. Bill Gates, okay, and all these elites, they do that silent luxury. Okay, and that's what it's called.
Right.
Because they wear the best of the best. So you see them with the T-shirt, they don't believe in wearing Versace on their shirt.
No,
Christian Dior. No, they believe in wearing $200,000 shirts that have nothing on them.
quality.
But it's the quality.
quality.
It's quality over quantity with these elites.
See, brands like Gucci and Louis are for poor people.
Right.
They're for poor people to put up a semblance of wealth.
Right.
Because the ones who are actually wealthy, they don't deal with
They
it.
don't simulate
They,
that.
they like the brother brought out, they wear pure cotton or wool, not wool, but pure linen. They wear garments that actually are conducive to health. Linen, that's why Jake feel like $1 million when they got a linen shirt. That's spiritual, man. That goes into deep knowledge. That's the reason the Lord told us not to mix our fabrics. and why he put the priest in liberty. There's a certain vibration that comes with that, and we're going to be unlocked and hip to that in the kingdom. And the other nations are going to benefit from that. Going back to that precept about being a niggard at the table, Jake is going to be liberal under Yahweh Shai at the table. Because the other nations are going to profit from the rulership. The other nations don't profit from Esau's rulership. Esau don't even profit from his rulership. Only the elites of his people profit from his rulership.
That ain't justice, man.
That's not. It's not equity either.
That's it, right? It's the word, man.
Finish those words.
One time.
One tongue, which is undisciplined. Go ahead.
Promiscuous.
Promiscuous. Go ahead.
Lustful.
Freedom. You can, as long as you following them, you can do whatever you want to do. Meaning you don't gotta follow none of the laws of the Lord. You can follow all His laws. You don't gotta follow none of the laws of the Lord. Go ahead.
And that's spiritual because when you deal with the Statue of Liberty, you know, it came from, I believe, France. It was a gift.
Yep.
And it's basically a light bearer.
Right.
And they said, what? Statue of Liberty. Liberty to do what?
Do whatever you want to do.
Liberty to do what?
Do what thou will.
That's
Going back to the point you were making about how this bastard tell you, like you were just saying about get money. Well, they don't give you the avenue. They tell you, hey, get it how you live.
Right.
Right? You're going to get rich and you're going to die trying to get it, man. And most Jakes die trying to get it. They never get it, man.
That's right.
Hey, because when you look at that movie, they cloned Tyrone, they had a drug dealer, a pimp, and a whore. And those were the 3 prototypes
Right.
that they were pushing in the hood.
And
Like this gonna create the environment that we need
Right.
to keep these niggas where they at. We need a drug dealer, a pimp, and a whore.
And a preacher.
And a preacher. Right, and a
That's
preacher.
right, bro.
And that, they had those, they had those 4 prototypes. And that's when Jake grow up, they look at certain they look at a selected amount of options for their life. And it's all predestined by Esau. It's all according to Esau's desire. They want to be a football player, a basketball player, a rapper. It's a select few that all of our kids grow up wanting to be. A movie actor, or a pimp, or a drug dealer. Just like on that, they create these narratives where Jake think these are the only paths they can go.
Yep. That's why the sad thing is they did a study on it too, to where if you go to any from the range of 8 to 12-year-old kid in the Israelite neighborhood and you ask them what they want to be, they're gonna 9 times out of 10 they're gonna tell you an entertainer, an athlete, or something that has to do with Justin, man.
They ain't gonna say no doctor or a brain surgeon.
Right.
They ain't gonna say nothing like that.
Because they didn't grow up in those type of households. If you don't grow up in a household to where knowledge is lauded or knowledge is rewarded, well, 10 times out of 10 you grow up in a household to where athletes are rewarded. That's the type of path you're gonna follow. Jake doesn't think, and 10 times out of 10, Jake don't think that they can accomplish that, man. Well, I can't be no lawyer, man. That's going. I ain't really for school, you know. I ain't really like that. Really, school ain't for us in the first place, because that's not how we learn. But anyways, that's not how Jake grow up. So that's not what they think they could be.
Esau the size Jake mind down, man.
Right.
They can take the thing, they can't do it, man. Go ahead.
Going to that analogy with the fleas in the jar.
Right.
If you allow the fleas to jump inside that jar for a set period of time, you can take them out of the jar, but they'll only jump as high as that jar.
That's right.
When you look at Jim Crow, that's basically what it did to the mentality of our people. They only think, right? They believe in these limitations. That's why the average Negro, Latino, or Native American grows up wanting to drop into the field of music or some form of entertainment instead of things that actually value or things that are actually valuable to a nation of people like architects.
Right.
But we don't have the institutions. So even if our people did get into those fields, you're only forwarding Esau's institution anyway. You still have to go sit at his table. That's why Scripture say the Lord is preparing a table for us in the presence of our enemies, which goes back to substance.
Yeah.
Unchaste.
Unchaste. Yup. We're talking about our women today.
Because what did Paul say? He was going to present us as what?
Chaste virgin.
But if not, you unchaste.
Right. Go ahead.
Wow.
Wow.
Loose.
Jeremiah 2.
There it is again, Jeremiah 2. The degenerate. The way it said 2/3 of our people. Oh, what's that? Second Ezra 9, man. The wild olive, man. Go ahead.
Depraved.
Depraved. it would have said we in Lamentations 4, we are not known. 1 Corinthians 4, we shall be despised. We shall be what it said as the filth of the world. Go ahead.
Degenerate,
Degenerate. That's at Jeremiah 2. Go ahead.
unrestrained,
Unrestrained. Go ahead.
sinful,
Sinful, which
Yeah.
is that's the whole goal for the so-called white man, to make you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans commit sin against the Lord, man. And we supposed to be reverting back to Yahweh Shema Shah. Well, he set up your local pastors, your favorite leaders, for that same reason, man. You say
This is
something?
going into the word liberal, right?
Yeah. That's
that's salute.
That's a loop. Go ahead.
Immoral,
Immoral. No, they don't got. Jake don't got no integrity, man. None. Go ahead.
impure,
Impure, which we supposed to be. The Lord is purifying the sons of Levi, man. Go ahead.
and drunken.
And drunken. That's the word I want to get. Now read that.
Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drink it also.
So what it said, the word desolate meaning what? To be drunk, man. What are they drunk off? The so-called white man's philosophy. Go ahead.
Yeah, because nigga, black culture is a creative player.
Right.
That's a custom-made player.
Yeah.
Esau made Dollar General Edomites
Yeah.
and relabeled it as black culture.
Yeah.
That's what Jake is. Great value Dollar General version of Esau.
Hey, when you have a creative player amongst players that's originally in the game, he stand out, man.
Yeah.
He ain't a regular, man.
NPCs. Just running into walls and shit.
Thank you
And
for
calling
the,
the shit normal.
thank you for the
But we
roses.
crazy.
Go ahead.
That thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Right. So get it. You got Isaiah 20:87.
Because he fed our people black culture and then he laugh at our people. You gave it to them niggas. And then you look at us and you look at our people and you laugh at them and you make jokes about it. But y'all created this culture that our people follow behind. And it's really your culture.
That's right.
Our people following behind your culture, following behind you. They leaning on the spirit that's not the spirit of the Lord. Going after the counsel of Egypt. And the Lord advised us strictly not to do that, man.
Right, because if we, you got it.
I was just gonna say, because you said like Esau, he laughed at Jake, and Jake laughed with him. Like,
Right.
Jake
I am sure.
you right.
Right. The odds is coming. I am.
Right, because if you take it back to the source of all this degeneracy comes from Esau Edom.
That's right.
Like the brother explained, Esau like to gag our people for being gangsters. Well, who's the biggest gangster in the earth?
That's right.
Who's been gangster in the nations, man?
That's right.
Who's the biggest drug dealer in the earth?
Right.
Who got CVS, Walgreens open 24/7 with controlled substances in it, man? That's Esau, man.
And they put the dope in the food, man.
Right, in the water.
Jake ain't even thinking no shit like that. This man putting the dope in the food, man.
Right.
Food
Drug-
and
food
drug
administration.
administration. You got a whole. This is a machine. Our people don't realize this is a machine. You can take one Edomite out and put another one in. The machine is still a machine. And it's moving this way, and the Lord's coming to disrupt that.
Hey, and you got these two guys, the two fathers in African American studies, Franz Boas and Melvin Hersovitz, man. Two small hats, man. And Amalek, two so-called white men started black African American studies, man.
Just creative players. You need to just, you think smoking ops and spinning and all that shit, you think that's you. You just a creative player doing exactly what Esau, he wrote that into your program.
And
The
Jake,
real anomalies is the brothers that stay on the highways and hedges, you know, with our apostles on down.
right. And Jake really know that's not for them. That's not our ways, because you don't never hear about a Jake spinning no blocks sober. They always got to do that shit off a bean or off some type of perk or some drug or some shit. They can't do that shit sober, man. Because that's not in Jake's spirit to spin blocks and to go after ops and be in the bushes and all that. That's not in Jake's spirit, man. Right. Jake got to take these drugs that Esau Edom provide in order to go out and do that garbage, man.
And the music. The music is the biggest influence amongst our people. And like the brother was saying that in the movie, They just played the music and brothers just went into trances, man.
And the song exactly, it was like it changed. The niggas, the Edomite said, "Yeah, go on that kill, get him," and that's exactly what played over the radio, and that's what they meant. That's what they did. He told them, "Yeah, go get him,
That's right.
go get him," and that's exactly what they did.
And that's I'm sorry. No, you can go ahead. Well, that's what happens in the clubs. We've all been in the clubs when that crunk music came on.
Yeah.
Or these house parties, man.
Tiki.
Everything's cool. Everything's cool until the crunk music play on. Yes. Then the women go to the back of the mall, and then all the thugs get in the middle, looking at each other crazy.
Yeah.
It's because the vibration changes.
Shaking they Sheba jockeys.
That modern day Mozart. And they start playing that modern day Mozart,
that's
that
right.
key,
That's it.
foot in their toe. The niggas get the
Looking around crazy, sweating, but breathing out their mouth. You know, and Jake is in the worst state. Okay, and it's all because of this devil. The so-called white man has intentionally implanted these things, not only in the basic chemicals and the drugs, but this devil. I mean, think about it. How many chemicals do you think is in your everyday water? Watch this. This is the Google. This is on Google Online. While 91 pollutants are regulated by the Safe Drinking Water Act, the Environmental Protection Agency estimates that more than 60,000 chemicals are used.
And this is the nigga in control of everything. People look at us like we can play. This nigga is in control of the resources.
Right.
It's a reason that you get out of the shower when you itch.
And you
That
dirty.
shit ain't normal.
Where you clean yourself with a towel and there's dirt on the towel.
That shit ain't normal, man.
It's not, bro. That shit is actually off. Because back when I was growing up, bro, when I was like 15, used to take alcohol baths and then hop in the shower, take a shower, then rub yourself alcohol, still be itching, bro. That shit is off. Cause the piping is like when you go into the piping, it's sludge in the pipes.
Right.
So that sludge transfers from the pipe to the to wherever you getting showered from, and it goes all into your pores, man. Cause your pores are opened up when you take showers, especially hot showers. So then it gets all in your pores, and now you itching like hell, and you don't know why. You think you dirty still, but you're not.
Now, why do you think this devil redlines you for that? That's exactly why. He never puts you in a place where he's living where there's fresh pipes and they're upgraded yearly.
Shit, them pipes ain't shit.
Right.
Wherever you go.
Right.
At the place I work at, they sell water. The pipes is sludged up.
Wow.
They don't even give a fuck about their own, bro.
Wow.
The whole infrastructure is fucked.
Right. But how much more the houses that they sell you? Because they put you in the lowest grades possible. You're always next to your people. You're never next to the judges, the lawyers. Okay, and these people know better. They put filters. They spend that $5,000 to get that reverse osmosis water. Don't get that twisted. That's the first thing they do when they go to their neighborhoods.
I take a loan out for that shit. 'Cause that shit costs a lot of money.
That's about $5,000.
Not cheap.
You know, it's
not
not
cheap
them
at
take
all.
loans out just to make sure their kids got clean water, man.
But you know what?
Legend.
But one time I did a job. I was installing bathrooms, windows, and doors, and I was working for this lady that had that system. And when I drank that water, man, it was like
Change the difference.
spring water, man. I was addicted to it.
Make you sick, huh?
No, it actually it made me just keep drinking it because I've never tasted water so
That
clean.
shit was clean, man.
A water bottle, none of that stuff compared to that reverse osmosis water, man.
Hey, you know what's fucked up too? You know, when we come from a place where we have so much GMOs in our food, to where when you go over to other countries and you have natural fruits and natural food, it fuck with you. Like you're not used to the taste. You're not used to natural things. So it messes with the infrastructure of your body. That's crazy, man.
They have a lot of so-called Americans crazy. When they go overseas, they say they don't like the food. Now the reason that they don't like the food is because they're used to over-processed food.
Yes, that's true.
So their palate, your palate is different. You don't even taste food the way you're supposed to. And that's why the Lord is going to remove his kingdom, because righteousness has to be established for the good of not just us as a nation of people, but even the heathens. Outside of Esau, they have their proper order. The creation itself, the animals. All of this has to be put in order, and it can only be put in order with Israel being under Yahweh's joint heirs, so that wisdom can flourish and be enforced. Right now, we can only speak on these things. There's going to be time under Yahweh Shah where we're gonna have the ability to enforce that wisdom.
Hey, well, the Lord said we're going to eat our food defiled anyway, man. It's going to be defiled, man. Everything that we eat and drink is going to be defiled. Get that word real quick.
Pharmacy. Online etymology dictionary. A medicine that rids the body of an excess of humors except blood. Also, treatment with medicine. Theory of treatment with medicine.
They say theory
Of treatment with medicine.
because it ain't facts, man. Esau don't heal you, man. Go ahead.
From medieval Latin, pharmakia.
Yep.
From
Which is in
Greek,
Revelation 18 and 23. Go ahead.
from Greek, pharmakia, a healing or harmful medicine.
And we know it ain't no healing nothing here in America.
Right.
It's harmful, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A healing or poisonous herb.
That's why I say he is a physician. He's the voice of lies, the physician of no value, man. The medical industry is damn near $1 trillion industry, man.
Yeah.
They make billions upon billions. The insurance company work with the doctors. The doctors work with all the companies, man. Everybody hustling everybody, man.
Yep.
They ain't gonna heal you if you got high blood pressure and diabetes, man. They'll give you some medicine to help you with the symptoms, but they're gonna, why would they cure you? Who's gonna come back and buy more pills? If they cure you of your diabetes, then you won't need no picking pokes.
So real quick, this is a quote from Charlie Munger, and he says, "Show me the incentive, and I will show you the outcome." Because that's why he don't have to have one Edomite. It's a system based on incentives. That's why the medical industry is the way it is, because it's incentivized to make profits,
Right.
not to actually heal people. All of these systems are set up according to Esau's God, which is his belly. So everything is forwarded not for the well-being of people, not for righteousness, but to increase profits. And that goes from the health industry to politics, and that's why wrong judgment proceeds. Because the system is based on incentives that are wicked at the core. It's a big system of bribe. Everybody's being bribed, paying one guy to look the other way, and it's a big system where everybody loses in the mix.
Hey, like
America is a business, man. Religion, the politics, everything is a business. America is a business. It's a corporation, man.
I got a precept for you.
yeah, because like the brothers going into, if you think about all the things that this government makes you do, and they call it for your beneficial health, and actually, there's this they had this one Edomite. He took over 50 pills and medication that was prescribed to him, and when they did surgery on him, they found all those pills enlarged in his intestines, man. So those things aren't bringing benefits, whether it's blood pressure pills. The scriptures talk about herbs being beneficial to our bodies. That's the Lord being the ultimate physician.
Because see, going back into those systems being built on incentives, when you privatize a prison and say we can guarantee you 70% occupancy, you create an incentive.
Right.
Now, it ultimately goes back to the prophecies that the Lord said there's some people robbed and spoiled. They're all hidden in prison houses, but this is a system that's been created to foster prophecy. Because ultimately the Lord is using Esau like a paintbrush to chasten us as a nation of people. But once the Lord is done with him, he's going to break them in half.
Got a precept for you.
Yep.
Real quick. Sirach or Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
That's right.
And that true physician being Yahweh Shah.
Finna read that word.
A pharmacy, a drug, poisonous potion, magic, dye, raw material for physical or chemical process. Process.
And the other word they say, when you read Revelation 18, it say a druggist, man. Him that mixed the drugs up, man.
And like the brother said, you got the hospitals in conjunction with the Food and Drug Administration, to where you have these foods that are producing cancerous chemicals. So now the person develops cancer, they have to go to the hospital, they have to go through chemo, and have to get these different chemo pills, which cost $12,000 for a set. And so now they in each other's pockets, man. Like the brothers explained it.
Hey, and that's crazy because the brother was just talking about pharmacy, pharmakia. Well, what's the symbol for Walgreens? It's a pot with a witch's brew, man. And what does the scripture says? Suffer not a witch to live. This devil is cornered, man. The so-called white man is going into captivity for the things that he's not only done to the children of Israel, but what he's done to the earth as a whole.
Right. Read that. Read that out.
The word doctor means, and the verb of it is in order to deceive or to falsify.
Right. Falsify. That's what doctor means. Falsify, man. That's why they say he's a physician of no value.
Right. And what was the first doctor? The witch doctor.
The witch doctor, right.
Because they put these people through years of schooling to teach them how to doctor symptoms, to teach them how to doctor diseases, instead of fully curing them. Because it's illegal, according to the AMF Federation, to cure anything. It's illegal to cure anything. So they put them through these doctoring schools to teach them how to doctor and to go around the actual cure and to cure the symptoms so that they keep coming back and paying their paycheck, man.
And because the companies is in with the insurance companies, man.
We call them a lifelong customer.
So they tell you, get you some insurance, life insurance, but you're going to tap out here soon.
Right. And you know it's crazy because in the medical field, there was two kinds of Hippocratic oaths. The first Hippocratic oath was based upon medicines and herbs, healing and diet.
Right.
Then they redid the Hippocratic oath that they do now, and I'm gonna tell you what this one entails.
The guy who started that, his name is John D. Rockefeller. I did a lesson on it.
That's right, you did.
John D. Rockefeller did that. He bought up Moderna.
Yep.
He bought up all those companies. All of them. Pfizer, all those. Is owned by John D. Rockefeller, the oil mogul. Well, his family, Rockefellers. And everybody that did natural healings, he fired them, got rid of them, man.
The Hippocratic Oath is an oath of ethics historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known of Greek medics texts. In its original form, it requires a new physician to swear by a number of healing gods to uphold specific ethical standards.
John D. Rockefeller pushed that, man. He pushed that, man. Anybody that did natural healing, he got rid of them, and everybody had to come in and use chemicals, man.
Right.
Now, they use partial herbs. The rest of it is chemicals, man.
They outlaw holistic.
They outlaw
yes,
all
sir.
right. He did that, man.
And that's why it's hard to get seeds and plants right now.
Right.
Because they don't want you growing your own stuff in your garden and healing yourself naturally. That's why they don't put gardens in the hood. That's why they don't have any lands to grow their own stuff. That's why it's hard to get any seeds, any really good seeds in the first place. Because they don't want you growing your own stuff and healing yourself, man.
I used to go to these health stores and get Brazilian nuts with selenium in it, which selenium is a mineral that you need in your body. The apricot seeds, they got selenium in it, and B17. Because you can't find B17 nowhere. Now I can't even find apricot seed.
Wow.
I still can get the Brazilian nuts. Oh, and the full grade peroxide.
Right.
And to put that in distilled water. It replenishes oxygen to your
right.
blood, man.
That's right. Yeah.
But I can't even find apricot seeds now. The apricots at B17 cure cancer.
And you know what's crazy too is when you think about it, the number one cause of health deficiency, it comes from a mineral deficiency.
Right.
We don't have enough minerals in our
Right.
food and our vegetables to sustain us and keep us healthy. That's why we're always dealing with the situation where the so-called white man is defiling all the foods.
Keeping mucus in our body, man.
Right.
That's why we full of mucus, man.
That's it. I got a scripture about this shot.
You got it.
It's Isaiah chapter 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. The earth
on down, he making computers, man. How they let this nigga touch? They ain't telling motherfuckers, go drink that Capri Sun, man.
What you call him to haul you?
No limit soda.
Because ain't no limit to what he'll do to get ahead, man.
Cause he that greed, that half cooked too, man.
Now the nigga saying make him say 100 minutes. Yeah. Gonna be saying 100 minutes.
That nigga is a harbinger of death. The so-called white man is a harbinger of death, man. What was say? He'll make a desolate wilderness of your home. And he said he killed for sport. That's Proverbs 10 and 23, man. It's a sport to a fool to do mischief, man.
Hey, he don't need no perks.
Right. Nah, he doing that on GP.
Esau do this shit sober. This is his natural habitat.
Yeah.
Jake got to pop perks and do all that to be a Dollar General version of Esau. Esau do this shit sober.
That nigga wake up and say, how many we killed?
We're like,
Give me the list. Yeah.
Hey, this devil, man, he'll kill a whole elephant just for a picture in the horns.
Right, for that ivory, man.
Right. Same thing with the rhino, man. He'll have that thing laying on the ground for the vultures, man.
Yep.
This is the devil of the earth, man.
That's why in Vietnam, Jake was hooked on drugs because Jake couldn't just kill people like
Opium.
that. He had to get high just to put them to death.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Opium.
Yeah.
And that's what in Psalm 21:11.
That's why them Vietnamese was at peace with Jake, because it was like, man, y'all,
This ain't y'all war.
this ain't y'all war, man.
What y'all doing over here?
Jake ain't even want to be over there in the first place.
You got it?
If I may say real quick, because like you were saying earlier, with Esau, he controls all the resources. And like you were saying, at this point, Esau, he's bored. He's bored.
Yeah.
So what's his next step? He's going to try to come and take our spirits, coming after our souls, man.
That just mess up everything.
I
man.
want your
See
soul.
what they do.
Like Esau's a child, man.
Right.
Then the scripture says,
Yeah,
woe
yeah.
to them, to the king that's like a child.
Yeah, yeah.
And what does a child do when he gets bored with the toys he got? He break them.
Children are old Christians, man. Hey, in the same way the scriptures tell you, with Ecclesiastes chapter 6, it said, what the doors of the elders, give B times unto the elders, right?
Right.
Well, that's what Esau doing, man. Eventually, everybody gonna be crawling to their doors like, please, man, hey, you destroying all the food, the water. Let's just see what they gonna do. And what Jake gonna do? Jake ain't gonna, the Lord say, be still, Lord, I am power. And pray to the Lord and just like, Lord, I know you're gonna make something happen. 2/3 gonna, they crawling to his door, man.
Hit me right here.
Yeah, hit me right here. Yeah, I won't in. Read that.
Psalm 21:11.
Yep.
For they intended evil against thee.
See, they intended evil against us. Go ahead.
They imagined a mischievous device.
They imagine a mischievous device, man. Read that again.
For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform.
Which they would not be able to perform this on the whole elect, man, on the remnant. But 2/3, they already through, man. They have been programmed to take that device, whatever device it is, man. To do this. They say that when in Revelation 13, they say, who is able to make war with the beast, man? And they wanted after the beast. Why? Because of the means of those miracles. Look how far, what the average nigga say, you see how far we came from the desktop? I got my computer in my hand. See my Apple Watch, look, hello? Look at so-called white man has done with technology, man. That's the average Jake.
Right.
Those are the means. Look what they doing, man. We got Teslas. We don't even got to drive our car no more. We just once the move an upgrade, we can sit in the back and let the car drivers.
They started doing that virtual reality. Jake ain't coming.
It's over. It's through.
Jake can hop on Oculus Rift.
Oh, Lord.
It's over.
They ain't going
Or
nowhere.
they can play Grand Theft Auto and feel like they actually in the game. It's over. And that's what Esau's doing. He's going to allow you to play in a digital world while he control the real world. Wow. And he's already doing that. That's why Jake right now. They at the crib with the headset,
Man,
lawn, and the game
chair.
chair. Go to the right. I need a care package. Now once he turned that into a virtual world where you actually feel like you there,
Man.
you're not gonna get these niggas back.
You see that movie, Gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the I think that's the one I was just thinking
Gerard
about.
Butler.
Yep.
Gerard
Yep.
Butler.
Leonidas.
Comics. But I think it's another movie where they had this guy sitting in a chair. He was in virtual reality, and it was so it's like his body was being incubated.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror. His body's being incubated because he don't get up. He used the bathroom right there, he eat right there, and it's to the point where he start being deformed.
Oh, no, they ain't Black
That you ain't never had. Well, it's a movie out there where there's a gamer sitting on the game so long that he lives in the virtual world.
I know they did have a movie at one point called Lawnmower.
I think
that
that's
was similar
it.
to that.
I think it's an older movie too.
Yeah,
It might be it.
Stephen King's Lawnmower Man.
Come.
Hey, that's why that
That's what's coming.
that's why that demon at the WF said you'll have nothing, you'll own nothing, and be happy about it.
Be happy about it.
And brothers that done a lot of videos on Lord, the Lord that had brothers do a lot of videos on it. That redacted video that came out about Charles Schwab talking about $2,000 a month if you take the CHIP. Basically going into universal basic income, where they just gonna give people a stipend, but you gotta take the CHIP. And they're doing like a soap. He was asking people, would you take it if it guaranteed you was gonna get $2,000 a month just to do nothing? Because that's what's coming.
Bro, that's that movie Black Mirror, which is when I played They Get Out. They had to get up every day, get on the treadmill and run.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Because eventually that whole doctrine of universal basic income is going to be put. The argument right now is being put in place because a lot of jobs are going to be taken by AI.
Yep.
So through those jobs being taken by AI, a lot of people are going to be out of work because they don't have any skills that require them to be in the workforce.
Especially the women.
That's why the conversation of universal basic income is starting to be a hot topic, because eventually a lot of these jobs that Jake worked to maintain their situation is going to go away. It's going to be phased out.
And everybody going to have high blood pressure, diabetes, and fat ankles.
But in order to get that incentive, in order to get that basic income, you're going to have to basically take the seat up.
Ooh, that goes back to that movie with Justin Timberlake, In Time. Because see, this C-Hip is coming in time. They're really gonna roll this out, and that's how this devil, that's why he's so subtle. That's how he starts it. He gives you the idea of it.
Gradualism.
That's right, from the elders and apostles. They mention that, gradualism. It's something that's slowly introduced. And then you get used to it, you get used to the idea and forget about it. Next thing you know, you're living it.
Yep, you get comfortable with it, now you love it.
They don't tell you
Man, I love this.
They don't tell you it's programmable credit.
Right. Right.
It means they can control your whole situation, basically control your life.
And on Girl in Black. She was dropping.
Yeah.
They carried her fight was canceled.
It's
So
programmable
credit
money.
started dropping, right?
It's programmable money.
What I
That's-
say, credit slot.
When you go into the blockchain, that's basically programmable money. You can decide where that money can be used at and where it can't be used. So not only can they track every transaction, because it's not going to be a private ledger, it's going to be a public one.
Right.
Where it's not going to be a public one, it's going to be a private one.
Right.
So you can't see those transactions, but they can. So now they can track every transaction, and on top of that, if something goes wrong, they can decide where you can spend your money at, where you can't.
I got a precept for you.
Yep.
Because like the brother said, it's controllable money. And that's where Esau Edom is going to cause many of our people and many of the people on the earth to sin. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes 27. Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so the sin stick close between buying and selling. And this devil understands that buying and selling is one of the chief. It's in order to live, you have to buy and sell. It's just like that, point blank, period. So if you're able to control commerce, you're able to control the people. And that's what Esau Edom is getting into with this whole digital currency. All right, controllable money. He's able to control commerce, therefore he's able to control people. Because if you can't buy goods, because you need goods, you need your necessities, food, water, shelter, place to eat, sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you can't dictate that, or if you can dictate that, you could dictate the people.
That's right.
I got one more for you. This is our 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Going into this devil's plan, man. This is this devil's plan from the get-go. All right, because like the scriptures outline, Esau Edom has a God complex. All right, he wants to be as God. He wants to be omnipresent and omnipotent. And the way that he's going about accomplishing his God complex is through his technology, man. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And this is what he's doing right now. He's trying to show himself as God. That's why he's coming out with these technologies, these different medical advancements, all right, so that he's looked at as a God. Oh, he cured lameness. He cured blindness. He cured deafness. You know, he cured by all these miracles. He's going to deceive the people.
Yeah, because when you deal with so-called white supremacy, that's really is just supremacy. Even against their own people, supremacy. That's the elites. Their mindset ain't just the average. It's supremacy. Period. That's how them Edomites rock at the very top. They don't look at the average Edomite the same way. They see everybody in the food chain.
Yeah.
That's a supremacy complex. So when you hear these scriptures like this, that's the mindset of the ones that are in these dark rooms that could pass by us at Walmart and we'll never know.
Yeah. Hey,
They sit in these shadows, but their mentality is supremacy. Even against their own people. Because a lot of our people are having these arguments on CNN about white supremacy. The reason these average Edomites be upset because they don't get to taste that no more. That's been done a long time ago for them.
generational wealth and white privilege is gone.
So the idea, if you think you won't get reparations from them, when they people have been losing for the last 15 to 20 years, it ain't gonna happen. Because the ones at the very top, they playing a supremacy game, and they playing for keeps. That's why the Lord gonna have to come and remove them, because they so deep and entrenched in this, that's gonna take divine intervention to get them out.
That's what Trump was trying to bring back.
Hey, you know what? Hey, but the Lord started that first, man. That's why he so like that.
Right.
The Lord said, I'm gonna make you a separate nation. Right? When you read in addition to Esther, he said he made two lots.
Right.
One for the Israelites, another one for all the Gentiles, man, all the heathen nations. So these elites of the so-called white man is separating themselves.
Even from their own people.
Let me read this. Revelation 13:4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And this is the so-called white man wooing the people through his technology. This is verse Revelation 13:14. And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound, body, and sword, and did live. So these people is wondering after the so-called white man because of his tech, and he got all the resources, man.
Right.
If the Chinese had all the resources, everybody be wondering after them too. Let the brother say all the time, nobody like the so-called white man because he's an Edomite.
Right.
It's because he got the resources, man. And if you don't play his game, he'll put you to death.
And that's why when 2/3 of our people hear this, they shake their heads at us.
Right.
Because they're worried about the gifts that this
Right.
devil is giving them on a continual basis to sell out, to keep their mouth shut.
Because if your job makes you not want to speak the truth, that's a bribe.
That's a problem.
And if you're scared to speak the truth of what's going on because of your job, that's a bribe. You've been bribed, you've been bought and sold. Even Jake that take, so we talk about they making deals with the devil. If Jake is afraid to speak truth because of their job, you took in a bribe as well. You've compromised integrity and truth for a bribe.
Right.
Oh,
Even if it's just a 9 to 5 or some kind of promotion, if you're afraid to speak truth in its unfiltered form, you've taken a bribe, you've taken the deal.
why you filming us, brother?
Oh no, I can't record.
Nah, we appreciate it if you don't.
No problem.
Listen, what's that? First Maccabees 2, when it say that they took the gold and silver and rewards that Antiochus gave them, man. That's what Mattathias was killing their asses, man.
You're taking bribes.
They were taking them bribes, man.
Steve Harveys that tell you rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. These are guys that gatekeep and make you feel like you're a failure in life because you ain't where they at. And they totally negate what's actually going on. That's a bribe.
Right.
That's a hireling. That's why scriptures talk about the hirelings. Whenever the flock is in danger, them niggas gonna run. And they betting on running and getting in the bunkers with them other Edomites. Which is gonna be an epic fail. They ain't even gonna be able to save themselves. But what you see is a high level of bribery in this system. Where Jake don't even want to speak truth. Cancel culture. is a form of being broad. You're afraid of being outcast for speaking truth. That's a broad, man. The Lord told us strictly not to do that. And Jake think it's just the ones who taking $1 million deals. Nah. If you scared to speak truth because of your job, you taking a bribe too, man. You had your candle and you hid it under a bushel.
And ultimately, it's a lack of integrity. And that's what our people are lacking, man. Our people has literally been blindfolded, and they like groping in the dark like noonday. They don't want to see truth or hear truth because it's going to go against the so-called white man that they also love so much with their hearts.
Syndrome. Isaiah 30:12, the Lord say, our people trust in oppression, man. They don't, we talk about it so much, man. They don't, if the white man go down, they do, man.
Right.
They need him to stay in power, man.
All them niggas that selling y'all courses, all them niggas that hop on YouTube on your ass that we be skipping,
There it is.
where they like, why don't you own an apartment? Why don't you have a wholesaling business? And there's some nigga in his apartment trying to get you to spend your money so he can live the lifestyle he pretending to live with you. And that's the hustle now. Now the hustle is wicked men that have learned to catch men.
That's right.
Like Esau. And it's a revolving door. That's why the Lord got to get rid of it. This is not sustainable. The stage is set for judgment.
That's what Martin said, everybody hustling everything. Maybe the world is a ghetto. Esau turned the world to a wilderness, man. Everybody hustling everybody, man. You got a McDonald's, a Burger King, and the Wendy's on the same block, man. Competition.
None of it helps.
All of them selling the same food, man.
Right. Hey, you jumping so sloppy, bro. Go ahead.
Big doubt. No, you got it.
But there, Applebee's and the Chili's right next to each other, man. Competition. Yo.
That's why people go from KFC to Popeyes to Taco Bell
Restaurant hopping.
before you leave because that food has no substance, no nutritional value.
No, ain't no greens. You ain't getting no green beans, no asparagus, no none of that shit, man.
And how crazy do you look when you go into Earth Fair? Okay? These Edomites looking at you like, what are you doing here?
Right.
This is not Popeyes, homie.
And it's a Negro in Trader Joe's. Call
Right.
the cops.
And y'all heard,
You got a Negro in Trader Joe's.
y'all heard of what they call it, the food deserts? Y'all didn't hear about that?
Yeah.
Because basically the food deserts, like y'all was saying, instead of like places where they sell like real foods, whole foods, nutritious
A
foods.
whole meal, nutritious meal.
Places like that, there's like miles and miles, places where Jay can't get to. So that's why you have a cluster of McDonald's, KFC, Burger King.
It's basically redlining for the food industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they everything they got seeds and that's natural, organic, they put outside of
Jake's reach.
Jake's community.
They making money because you buying these food that's giving you high blood pressure and diabetes. Now you got to buy the pills. Not the medical, not the Medicaid. Esau, it's some money, man.
Hey, and there's certain shit that just should be illegal. Like it ain't no like they put these warnings on the back of cigarettes. Cigarettes shouldn't even be an option.
Right.
You shouldn't even have the option to go into some store and buy cigarettes or Blackie Miles. It should be illegal, man. It's certain shit that should just not be. It should be illegal, man. You gotta go out your way to do some shit like that.
Right.
You gotta trouble yourself. You shouldn't be able to go to no convenience store at 3 o'clock in the morning and poison yourself. That shit is wild.
Man, these niggas
What Jay
not
say?
needing some damn junkies, man.
Jay say,
Somebody want to have some clean pipes, man. Clean needles.
Right.
Jay say, pass.
What type of shit is that, man?
Jay say, pass me the black and mild.
Malt liquor. It's primarily sold in our neighborhood,
Yeah.
especially in New York. You have Old English beer. I think they used to call it gasoline and Colt 45. And they even use actors like Billy D. Williams to push Colt 45. And the commercials were, this cool, suave guy with all the ladies and he's drinking Colt 45.
But they did that with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg
St. Ives.
with St. Ives. Just hit Nate Dogg.
Billy D was one of the first ones to do that.
It works
Because
every
and it
time.
shows you how much integrity our people had then compared to now. Because he got a lot of backlash for doing that. A lot of Jake was hopping like, man, this nigga, you just to the man.
Up in Detroit, they had billboards in that nigga, man.
Right.
And they used to sell that Coke 45
Go ahead and read that.
That's the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Who's that Negro that they had dancing with the chicken hat on?
Damn.
Who was that Negro they had with the chicken hat on? Doing that commercial? That was Mike Tyson. They had somebody shucking and driving with that chicken hat.
I don't know.
But it was recent too. Let me see.
The McDonald's commercial?
No, it was chicken. It was like some chicken company.
Oh. Do you know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world.
Yep.
And the wise king is the upholding of the people. Because certain shit should not even be legal. It shouldn't even be an option on the menu. Pork shouldn't even be an option on the menu, man. It shouldn't even be, I don't eat that. It should not even be considered food.
Right.
Shrimp should not even be considered food, man. These are bottom feeders. It should not even be considered. But we live in a world where our people mistake liberty when really it's just a license to be wicked. Because the options you got to choose from is wickedness. Whenever you choose to follow the Heavenly Father, you're outcasted. But meanwhile, they allow you to sell cigarettes 24 hours a day. That's off. And nobody has a problem with that.
And you know it's crazy because there's over 20 chemicals in your average cigarette and cigars. And the FDA passes 5% of rat feces and rat hair and all of that stuff. Because it's gonna get touched. When they put that tobacco in those storehouses, those rats are feasting on it all night and pooping on it, peeing on it, and then they rolling it up for you in the morning so you can pay high dollars for it. If this man is not the devil of the earth, man, okay, then he don't exist.
Hey, come on, brother. It can't be that bad.
Right. He can't be that bad, but he got you chasing a bag that's gonna end up you in prison, and then you get back out chasing the same bag, just to end up back in prison.
Or you never get the bag.
Or and you end up dying
Right.
because Jacob sit in the trap all night long with insomnia, man.
You hold the scripture.
You got one? Yeah. Daughter. This is Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 11 and 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them.
And that's why this present world is set to be destroyed. But integrity is going to be the law of the land in the kingdom of heaven. And through that, the world will be able to be appreciated and enjoyed for how it is. Esau has covered the world up with this darkness, man. And they call this darkness normal, man. Nothing is normal about this. This is supposed to be so disgusting that we have no other option but to return to the Lord. Which shows you how destroyed our people have become. But they have accepted this and glorified it.
And that's beautiful because the scriptures talk about the hopeful elect loving their life, okay, not loving their life unto death. Because it's coming to the point where death is going to be sweet to get the hell up out of here, man. You're not going to be left with anything here. You're not going to want to be here. You got to get the hell up out of here one way or another. Like it's either, like the brother said, going up in the chariots or a guillotine, man. Because you're going to be persecuted for this truth. This truth is hurting the ears, okay, of those that are in charge, of those that rule the world. They're listening, they're tuned in right now, okay, and they're seeing with their own eyes.
Ridiculous, man. Amos chapter 5, verse 12. For I know your manifold transgressions and your my sins. They afflict the just, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gates from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time.
Amos 5. Amos 5 and 12. So Revelation 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast as thou hast. Let no man take thy crown.
Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Double honor to the apostles who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to your hopeful elect out there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Until next time, shalom.
So while we're tuning in, may you help us, Shema Shah, continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, the water follow your precepts. Till next time, shalom. May the blessing of election be upon your house.